Like if I find a group like this, and then, you know, sometimes here in the middle of the shaft, you know, you may feel a knot like where a hair probably wrapped around. Aloe vera gel will help you get rid of that with no problem, because it gives even the kinkiest hair slip. And especially if it's thick. And especially if every time you do comb detangle or try to detangle, it's like a nightmare. There's something very special about aloe. Well, there's a few things. One, it's extremely moisturizing. Two, gives you definition, obviously, and hold, because it is a gel. Three, it turns this hair into manageable hair. And I parted my hair down the middle because it seems like that's the easiest way for me to deal with the back. And then I go in and do these kind of diagonal sections, and that way I can get to the back pretty easily on both sides. Like, doing those horizontal parts do nothing for me, but you know, do whatever works for you. So anyway, I get pretty big sections. That just shows that this stuff will work wonders. And I go in and I put it in lightly first. Don't try to, you know, get it all in at once, because you know your hair is pretty dense. You know, if it's anything like mine, especially when it's in this dry state. And you just want to rub it in. Rub it in between your hands. Don't even try to find a tangle. Don't try to deal with it. The only thing you're thinking about right now is getting the gel through. I don't even really think you can use too much of this stuff, because it is water soluble. So that's the other good thing about this. It's, you know, and it's natural for, you know, all of you strictly natural product gals. And, you know, I think aloe vera can be found anywhere, right? So even for you girls who've, you know, written me from, you know, outside of America that has trouble, and you see my shed hair is coming out all on its own, but don't pull it yet. And sometimes I give it, just kind of go back and forth, because you know it takes a minute sometimes to get inside. And I start from the root. You know, again, don't be afraid if it starts to feel a little dry to add a little more. But your hair will tell you. But the more you kind of rub it in, it kind of just becomes, you know, like a moisturizer for your hair. It doesn't really ever stay a gel, you know what I mean? So that's the beautiful thing about it. Okay. Now, you guys seen my hair before. And, right? I mean, definition galore. Now, can you use a Denman brush or a wide tooth comb? I mean, of course you can, but my point is, I'm not going to do it, because I know I'm going to lose far more hair if I do that than if I just feel my way around with my fingers. It doesn't make sense to say that you can't finger the comb. The problem is using the right product with the right process. And I would be surprised if anyone had trouble doing this. And even, what's your name? Just the lady? Just some lady? Now, I haven't forgotten about you. You know, you were probably one of the few people, and I think there's another girl that said that their hair didn't like conditioner, you know, but your curls popped when you shampooed. You know, I think you used like a 2-in-1 or something like that, and you found that really works for you. So my suggestion to you is, don't use the conditioner. Use the 2-in-1, because you're getting the conditioning properties. Rinse out and get you some aloe vera gel. It will work on absolutely everybody. I truly believe that. Now what I'm going to do is concentrate on the ends. So I'm just going to hold my hair and pull the gel through my ends. Now this hair, and I think I've said this before, this last inch of hair feels much different from what's on the shaft. Now, I don't know if that's because this was the first hair to grow out of my head from perm, or if that's just the nature of this hair that, you know, and why probably TWAs feel like, oh, my hair is just dry. You know, it's this same beginning hair. At least that's my feeling. Now, you know, I haven't cut it off yet, so I don't know if, well, if any of y'all have, you know, have had natural hair for a while and can vouch for this, you know, I don't know if cutting it will necessarily solve anything, but I do know using the aloe vera kind of takes that idea out of my head because it deals with the issue so well. And it's my feeling that that's just, you know, at the end is where you're getting the most definition. So, you see that? So, obviously it's going to feel very different because it is so coily. Okay, so you want to hold the end, and then you can, now if you have enough gel, you should feel pretty slick. And then just kind of finger rake the end. Now, you just want to take the hair away from the knotted section. Okay, you see that? That's the knot. And again, just gently hold it down and pull what hairs will slide out normally. And keep just gently smoothing the gel down. It's going to keep the hair nice and slippery. And it kind of reactivates itself. If you start to feel that it's drying out, just run your fingers down the shaft again, and it will reactivate the gel momentarily. Okay, and see, that's generally how we cause a knot, by pulling these two sections away from each other. Whoop. You see that? Now, because this gel is in it, the shaft is very slippery and it comes apart. Now I wouldn't suggest doing that. I mean, I did that because I knew it was going to come apart, but keep just pulling the single strand until it comes out. And then I just smooth them back, and that's it. And I'm going to do that next, and I do have a feeling once I do that, my definition will be much improved. Right along that heavy edge right there is what I'm going to cut. Now this is the most aggressive cutting I've done since I transitioned, since I cut all the perm out. So I'm sure it needed it. I just was willing to wait until I could find a method that really worked, and I feel pretty secure in this. Aloe vera liquid, the juice. The reason why I got this was to put in my spray bottle. Okay, so now I want my coils to pop back out. Hold on a minute. So, you know, when you're putting this gel in, you could decide. You could do a gel and go, I guess, or you could twist it up. Either way.